So, of course, I.S.U.P.K headquarters Sabbath service officially begun. Paul, which means horn. Yayan, which stands for wine. Shalom, Akbar. La Yasharala, which means to Israel. Man, woman of Israel, Imajam, which means to stand. Saw upon your Wakadam, which means turn and face the east. You're going to recite the prayers in the Hebrew, the Lord's Prayer. Abanawa, Shabbat Shemayim, Kodash, Hayah, Shamka, Yahweh, Halakavka, Haba'ah, Atazaka, Hayah, Aisha, Ba'aratazah, Kawa, Hayah, Lashamayim, the Danlanawa, the Kam, Ka, Yawam, Asalakanawa, Kawawafyanawa, Kasalaknawa, Kawawafyanawa, Wala'ah, Habayayanawa, Badasayawan, Abba, Hawashayanawa, Mayan, Rai, Kaya, Laka, Hamalakwa, Wa'ala, Wa'atapara, La'awalamyam, Aman. Our Father, which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Yahweh, thy kingdom come, thy will be done in earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our debts as we forgive our debtors. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, and the power, and the glory, forever. So be it. The power in the Hebrew, Yahweh, Hashem Yahushua, Baba Washab, the Thunlanawa, Hakak, Hakak, Larapa'ah, Kamakala, Wakamadawa, Hakak, Laka'ah, Hamatazarayim, Hakak, Lahakwayim, Hamathyam, Hakak, Arakaraf, Hatama'ala, Lagarashan, Hashem Yahushua, Tawada Aman. In the English, Yahweh, in the name of Yahushua, please give us the power to heal all manner of sickness and all manner of disease, the power to cleanse the lepers, the power to raise the dead, the power against unclean spirits, to cast them out. In the name of Yahushua, thank you. So be it. Psalm 121 in the Hebrew, Asha'ah, Ayanya, Al-Hahoyam, Ma'ayan, Yapa'ah, Izoria, Ma'ayin, Yahweh, Aisha, Shamayam, Ra'aratazah, Al-Yatan, Lamawat, Wagalka, Al-Yanabam, Shamarka, Hanala'ah, Yanabam, Wala'ah, Yayashan, Shawamar, Yasharala, Yahweh, Shamarka, Yahweh, Tazalka, Al-Yah, Yamyanka, Yawamam, Hashamash, La'ah, Yakaka, Rayarak, Balayallah, Yahweh, Yashamarka, Makar Rai, Yashamar, Afnapashka, Yahweh, Yashamar, Tazaafka, Wabawaka, Ma'aita, Wa'ait I will love. In the English, I will lift up my eyes unto the hills. From whence cometh my help? My help cometh from Yahweh, which made heaven and earth. He will not suffer thy foot to be moved. He that keepeth thee will not slumber. Behold, he that keepeth Israel shall neither slumber nor sleep. Yahweh is thy keeper. Yahweh is thy shade upon thy right hand. The sun shall not smite thee by day, nor the moon by night. Yahweh shall preserve thee from all evil. He shall preserve thy soul. Yahweh shall preserve thy going out and thy coming in, from this time forth and even forevermore. Psalm 83 in the Hebrew, Alahayim, Adamayalaka, Al-Takarash, wa al tashakwat, kayahana, our yab yaka, Yahama Yawan, Wamashana Yaka, Nasha'awa, Ra'ash, Al Imaka, the Ira Yamwa, Sawai, Wayata Yaita Zawa, Altazapawan Yaka, Amawa, Nakawa, Wanakakidam, Magoya, Wala'a, Yasakar, Sham Yasharala, Aiwai, Kaya, Nawaita Zawa, La, Yakadwa, Aliyaka, Mara'af, Yakarafwa, Ahoya, Adawam, Wayashamalayam, Mawa'abak, Wahagoriam, Gabor, Wa'aimawan, Wa'aimalak, Halashak, Anya Shabia, Tazawar, Kam Ashawar, Nalawa, Aiman, Hayawa, Zawawai, Labanya Lawat, Salah, Aishalaham, Kamadian, Kasayasara'a, Kayabian, Balakar, Kwayashwan, Nashamadwa, Bayanda Ara, Hayawa, Daman, La Adama, Shayatamwa, Nadayabmawa, Kaira, Wakaza Abba, Wakaza Bak, Wakata Zamanai, Kanasa Yakamwa, Ashar, Amarwa, Nayara Shah, Lanawa, Af, Nakawa, Alahayam, Alahaya, Shayatamwa, Kagandala, Kakwash, Napanya Raka, Kaash, Tabaira Yaira, Wakalahaba, Talahat, Haryam, Kantara Datma, Basa Iraka, Mabasa Wapaka, Tabahalam, Mala'a, Panyaham, Kwalawan, Wayabawashwa, Shamka, Yahawa, Yabashwa, Wayabaawa, Ay, Wayakapawa, Wayabadwa, Wayadaira, Kaya, Aka, Shamka, Yahawa, Labaka, Ayawan, Aka Ha'arataza. Keep not thy silence, O my power. Hold not thy peace. And be not still. Hold thy power. For lo, thy enemies make a tumult. And they that hate thee have lifted up their head. They are taking crafty counsel against thy people. And consulted against our hidden ones. They have said, come and let us cut them off from being a nation, that the name of Israel may be no more in remembrance. They have consulted together with one consent. They are confederate against thee. The tabernacles of Edom and the Ishmaelites of Moab and the Hagarenes, Gabal and Ammon and Amalek, the Philistines with the inhabitants of Tyre. Esau also is joined with them. They have opened the children of Lot. Salah, do unto them as unto the Midianites, as to Sisera, as to Jabin, at the brook of Kison, which perished at Endor. They became as dung for the earth. Make their nobles like Orad, and like Zahar. Yea, all their princes as Zabah and as Salmuna, who said, let us take to ourselves the houses of the power in possession. O my power, make them like a wheel, as the stubble before the wind, as the fire burneth for wood, and as the flame set the mountains on fire. So persecute them with thy tempest, and make them afraid with thy storm. Fill their faces with shame, that they may seek thy name. O Yahweh, let them be confounded and troubled forever. Yea, let them be put to shame and perish, that men may know that thou, whose name alone is Yahweh, art the Most High over all the earth. Blessing in the Hebrew, Barakatah Yahweh, Wa Yahweh Shah, Wa Mayaka Allah, Wa Alahayim, Matazab Ya'ah, Alawat Yahana, Ha Alawatyam, Ha Saranyam, Ha Patazayanyam, Ha Kayayanyam, Wa Ha Aquathyan, Yahweh, Hashem Yahushai, the water Aman. In the English, bless you, Yahweh, and Yahushai, and Michael, and the angels, commanding General Yohanan, the generals, the captains, the officers, the troopers, and the sisters. Yahweh, in the name of Yahweh, thank you. So be it. I.S.U.P.K curses. Blessed are you, Yahweh, King of heaven and earth, and all things living. Yahweh, in the name of Yahweh, listen to us now, right now. Send evils and curses and punishment and destruction to the heathen that speak against us, thy prophets, the teachers, the princes, the priests, the Israelite brothers in the school. Send evils and curses and punishment and destruction to the heathen, and shake loose the treasure of the rich of Israel that refuse to give to the school. Force their riches to enter into that sanctuary. Send evils and curses and punishment and destruction to the Edomites and the nations and their drug dealers, the court system, the prison system, Planned Parenthood, all the governments of our enemies, Amalek synagogues and armies, Roman Catholic Church, the Pope, Islam, Christianity, Egyptology, militia, Ku Klux Klan, Aryan Nation, skinheads, Pasi Kamatazi, the gay movement, the lesbian movement, spies, workers of witchcraft, NASA space program, Army, Navy, Air Force, Marines, Wall Street. Open up the internet and the airwaves, the cable access channels, and the radio channels. Convict the spirit of any of that people that seek to stop us and bring swift destruction to all the heathen that stand in the way or try to stop us from broadcasting your word toward the planet Earth. Let loose all the plagues. Cause them to go to and fro through the earth and consume them. Let the plague shake the house of the thief and the murderer. Let Yahweh shine. Michael and Gabriel come down with the flying saucers and punish all the heathens that come up against us as we speak that word. Cause it to be known by all that it is the angels that have done it. Cause it to be spread to the media, toward the whole world. Cause it to shake at thy coming. In the name of Yahweh, thank you always. So be it. So which means to turn. Shabian, seated. Clap it up. Sign Christ. Last week we left off at Job chapter 13 and verse 28. Today we're going to pick it up at Job chapter 14. Am I correct, Officer Shaw?
No, what kind, sir?
All right. We have a new variant of the COVID-19. XBB. All right, so as we pray for these plagues to come and consume the enemy, they are coming. And what we ought to do as a people is to be on the side of the Most High. All right, these prayers that we say, we don't say them for nothing. Baba Kashal, can you quote for me? All right, so let's go ahead and Job chapter 14. Job 14 and 1 in the Hebrew. Adam, Yalawad, Asha'ah, Quatazar, Yum, Washabai, Ragaz, I'm toward the brothers. Verse 2. Katazayai, Yatazah, Wayamam, Waya Barak Katazal Wala Ya'ai Mawad, verse 3. Ab Al Za Pakwa Kath Ayun Ayunka Wa'afia Tabaya Bama Shapat Imaka, verse 4. Maya Yatan Ta'awar Matama La'a Yakad, verse 5. Kara Ra Taziyam. Salakia. Text this to me, Sha'al. Job 14:5. Determine. Karawa Tazayam Yamyan Masapar Kadashyan Atak Kakwal Hakwayawa I Shayaf Wala'a Ya'ai Bara, verse 6. Sha'aiha Ma'aila Yawa Waya Kadal Ail Yaratazah Kasha Kayar Yawamuwa, verse 7. Kaya Yash La'aitaza Taqwa Wa, the water. Yakarat Wa'aiwad Yakala Yap Waya Nakwathwa La'a Takadar. All right, Job chapter 14, verse 1. Man that is born of a woman is of few days and full of trouble. Verse 2. He cometh forth like a flower and is cut down. He fleeth also as a shadow and continueth not. This is a precept you can use also for Israelites or Christians who believe that Christ was didn't have a father because he was born of a woman. Everybody was born of a woman. John the Baptist was born of a woman. So is everybody else. All right, like this verse just said. Just because in the New Testament he said Christ was born of a woman, that does not mean he doesn't have a father. All right, verse 3. And doth thou open thy eyes upon such a one, and bringest me into judgment with thee. Verse 4. Who can bring a clean thing out of an unclean? Not one. Verse 5. Seeing his days are determined, the number of his months are with thee. Thou hast appointed his bounds that he cannot pass. All right. So remember, this is John when he was Shalom, when he was going back and forth with his friends or his foes, whatever you call it. And here he's just reasoning and talking about how man basically is nothing in the sight of the Most High. This is why he said, men that are born of a woman, these days are a few days. It's like a shadow. All right, like our life is nothing when it comes to the Most High. All right. Seeing his days are determined, the number of his months are with thee. Thou hast appointed his bounds that he can not pass. Verse 6. Turn from him that he may rest till he shall accomplish as in hireling his day. Verse 7. For there is hope of a tree if it be cut down, that it will sprout again, and that the tender branch thereof will not cease. Verse 8 in the Hebrew. Yaza Kwayan Ba'arataza Sharashwa Wabai Par Yamwath Yamawath Gaza Iwa Verse 9, Marayak, Mayum, Ya Parak, Wa'ai Sha'a, Kwatazayal, Kamwa, Natai, verse 10, Wagabal, Yamawath, Waya Kalash, Waya Gawai, Adam, Wa Ayan, Wa Ayawa, verse 11, Atazawa Mayam, Manya Yam, Wanahar, Yakarab, Waya Bash, verse 12, Wa Ayash, Shakab, Wala, Yakwawam, Aid, Balafia, Shamayam, La'a, Yakwaya Tazawa, Wala'a, Ya'ai Rawa, Masha Natham, verse 13, Maya, Yathan, Basha'awal, Taza Pania, Tasa Tayaranya, Aid, Shawab, Apak, Tashayath, Laya, Kak, Waka Zakaranya, verse 14, Yam, Yamawath, Gabor, Haya Kaya, Kal, Yamya, Tazabaya, Ayakal, Aid, Bawa'a, Alayap, so like it. Kayalapathia. All right. Yeshua.
Come, sir.
Grab this chair, Baba Bishop.
Come, sir.
Shalom to you, Shkuta. Yatazar, sir. Y-A-T-A-Z-A-R. Kanada won't come, sir. I'm doing Sabbath service. I can do it while the brother is reading. Kanada won't come, sir. So, but Salagisha, I'm at headquarters. Come on, sir. Come on, sir. Shalom, Shkuta. Can you register?
Come. Yashua Yalla, Bon Yum, Bon Yashrala.
Yashua Yalla, Bon Yum, Bon Yashrala.
Yalbashim Yashabak.
Yabashim Yashabak. In the English, 14 and 8.
Come. This is the book of Job, chapter 14, verse 8. Though the root thereof wax old in the earth, and the stock thereof die in the ground. Verse 9. Yet through the scent of water, it will bud and bring forth broad like a plant. Verse 10. But man dieth and wasted away. Yea, man give up the ghost. And where is he? Verse 11. As the water fell from the sea, and the flood decayeth decayeth and drieth up. Verse 12. So man lieth down and raiseth not. till the heavens be no more. They shall not wake, they should not awake, nor be risen out.
Who's this, Alexa?
Something going on. Salakia.
Alexa, what you doing in the Sabbath service?
Okay.
From nd.edu. In the summer service learning program,
Alexa, be quiet.
SSLP,
Keep going.
They shall not awake, nor be risen out of their sleep. Verse 13. Oh, that thou wouldest hide me in the grave, that thou wouldest keep me secret until thy wrath be past, that thou wouldest appoint me in set time, and remember me. Verse 14. If a man die, shall he live again? In all the days, the water, sir, of my appointed time will I wait till my change can't come. Verse 15. Thou shalt call, and I will answer thee. Thou wilt have a desire to the work of thy hand. Verse 16. For now thou numberest my steps. Doest thou not watch over my sin? Verse 17. My transgression is sealed up in my bag.
You read too far.
What was it?
Verse 14 is the last verse.
Sir.
No, sir. Read it in the Hebrew. Read it. 15. Verse 15 start with Takwara. Takwara Wa'a Nakia. Got it?
Takwara Wa'a Nakwa. I the cup.
Keep going. Where you left off at?
Right here, sir.
Yeah, you go all the way across.
Sir.
This is the end of the verse. This begins the next verse.
Lama ashaha yana ka the ka shapa kaya aithaha tazai daya the shapanara. No, slap. The shapa wa ra. Is that proper I'm saying, sir? The shapa, the sa pa wa ra.
To sa
Pawa. The sa pawa. Lafta shamara. Isla. Ka, no, Slakia. Hata, the ya. Kasham, Slakia. Katham, Bataza, Ra, Pasha'ain, Slakia. Pasha'aya. With the patara, slack it. With the tapala, I alwa naya wa'alam hara.
It's done, sir. I will call you once I complete.
Nawapala, yeah, yabawa, yabawana, it's like it.
Sure.
Yabawal, watazawara, the qua.
What verse is that?
This is the end of 18, sir.
God.
Mama Kwa Mama Kwa Mawa.
All right, hold on 1 second. What's going on, Aqua? You got a question?
We seen the Most High coming back, and
Damn right.
and at the same time, so it's one with the black people on this earth. Is he
You
gonna
say
stop?
they say the Most High is coming back, and what else?
Is gonna be a black woman on this earth, like you guys?
Who said the Most High is coming back?
The Most High.
Most High says that?
Right?
Where?
The Bible.
Most High is not coming. Most High never been here.
Huh?
Most High never been on this planet, ever. Christ is coming back.
Yeah, Christ is coming back.
Yes, but Christ is not the Most High.
Christ is coming back, and Christ come back. There's gonna be Jewites and Gadites and Benjamites.
It's not gonna be us only on the earth. When the kingdom of heaven, right, it's a misconception that in the kingdom of heaven, it's only gonna be the so-called people who serve white Jesus, right? Who's gonna be in the kingdom of heaven flying with white wings and white babies. It's really a misconception. This is where that comes from. The kingdom of heaven, black, Hispanics, and Native Indians, we are going to be in rulership.
That's right.
But the other nations are going to be joined with us. The Arabs, the Chinese, right? Because you're gonna need a white woman to come shine your shoes, right?
That's right.
It can't be only us.
Right.
You're gonna need some Chinese to come and clean your yard. You understand? We're gonna need some of the heathens to do some work, right? So the kingdom of heaven is black, Hispanics, and Native Indians in a rulership position. The same way at this time in society, we are at the bottom. The Chinese, the East Indians, even Africans, white people, Arabs, they are all above us. When the kingdom of heaven, this is going to flip. We're going to be on top, and they're going to be at the bottom.
It's like what's going on now. They at the top, we're the bottom.
Exactly. All right, this is what's going to happen.
Damn right.
All right.
Come.
Well, verse 19.
Verse 19. Habanayam.
That's stones.
Stones.
That's a heavy 5,000's name in the Israelite school of I.S.U.P.K.
Most High in Christ.
That's a brother. I'm gonna give you a hint so you can pronounce this word properly. This brother, he done been to Canada, he done been to Brazil. Where else, officer? He done been to Mars.
He knows how to speak Portuguese.
He knows how to speak Portuguese. He done been to Pluto. He's building a camp right now in Jupiter. Alright? So, say that word again. Say that name again.
I think I have a hint. Slack here. Habana.
Whose name is Abana?
Aban.
So what would it be?
Abanyam.
Abanyam.
Slack here.
Aban, which means stone. Abanyam will be stones. This is officers. Aban's name in the Hebrew.
Slack here, if I may. So I also heard he's on Pluto as well.
Yeah, Officer Aban, What's that? Give Officer Aban.
That's right.
Damn genius.
Yeah, Officer Aban. If y'all don't know too, Officer Aban was the officer who told me, man, you gotta teach a class in Creole. I taught that class in Creole with him and then took it to another level. But he was the first one to tell me,
damn right,
I need to teach that class in Creole.
Come.
Yeah,
Damn right.
Keep going.
Come. Shakakwa. Yum. No, yum.
That's water.
Yum.
My yum.
Oslake. My yum. The shatapa. Shapa. Ya. Slake.
That's sa.
Oh, sha. Sa. Oh, sapa. Yakayaha. Ipar. Hypothesa,
No, that's earth.
Hapai, Harai,
Arataza.
Khan, Arataza. Wathaqwa, Wathaqwa,
Watakwa Wath.
Wakwa the Wrath, Wakwa the Wrath, Anosha,
Anawash.
Anawash. No, it's like it. Come. Abada.
You don't have to separate it. You see how I say ha, ah, right? It's connect. It's like you're reading, like it will be ha, right? The ha and the ah makes one sound. You separate it. You say ha, ah. You don't have to do that. It's ha, ba, da.
Habata.
Otherwise, you would say ha, ah, ba, da. Right? You like disconnect it. Just flow with it. Ha, ba, da.
Come, so it's I can't stand this series. Slock.
Nah, it's still out. Man, I was right there last week. Right, Shaw? I was right there last week. Next week, you're gonna be teaching this. We all stuff from there. So
Go.
verse 20.
Verse 20. The Slock. The qua pa pa Slock. The qua the qua half no
Kwapa hawa.
Slock again.
Kwapawa.
Kwapawa. Lana Tazaha, no, Lana Zaka,
Because lanata zak.
Lana Zak. Waya, Slock. Slock.
Wayahalak.
Wayahalak, Kusha,
Kawoma.
Slock. Mashana ka
Mashana.
ha. Mashana ha. Panayawa. Panyawa. Wathashla kaham. Verse 21.
Last verse.
Come. Yakabanawa. Yakabadwa. Banayawa. No, Slakia. Banayawa.
That's
Sun. That's sun in the sky, sir?
Sons. No, son, right? It's singular. This is plural.
Oh, sons.
Sons.
Wallaha.
I said that so you could say it right.
Oh, Slakia.
Bana.
Ban.
Yawa. It's ban.
Oh.
Ban, like you say ban yum
Ban
yum.
yum.
So
Sons.
this is ban.
Ban
Yawa.
Banyawa. Wallah. Yadda I. Wayatazai. Rawa. Walla. Yabanyan. No, it's ka. It's lucky. Yabanaka.
Yabayan. Yabyan.
Lamawa. That's the anniversary.
Gone.
And we pick up from 14, right? So it was a 15.
50. Well, you read 15, 16, 17, so read 18.
Kawakan. The book of Job, chapter 14, verse 18. And surely the mountains falling cometh to naught, and the rocks is removed out of his place. Verse 19. And the water were the stones. Thou washest away the things which now grow out of the dust of the earth, and thou destroyest the hope of man. Verse 20. Thou prevailest forever against him, and he passeth through changing his countenance, and sendeth him away. Verse 21. And his sons come to honor, and he know it not, and they are brought low, but he perceiveth it not of them. Verse 22. But he,
I got it, 22 in the Hebrew. Job 14 and 22 in the Hebrew. Ak Basharwa, I.S.U.P.K Kaab, Wana Pashwa, I.S.U.P Tha Abal. Oh, sorry, again. Going to the next chapter, chapter 15. Waya'ain, 15 and 1. Waya'ain, ala yapaz, ha taya manya, waya amar, verse 2. Ha kakam, so like ya'aina, da'aith, rock, waya mala'a, quadayam, taza'a. Memorize this, Hebrew Academy. What we call it, Officer Shaw? Hebrew. We got a name for brothers who want to volunteer for Hebrew Academy. It's Hebrew Academy. Candidates. I believe that's the word, right? That's the word we use, candidates.
Candidate.
Yeah. All right, memorize this. Quadayam taza'a. You ain't graduated Hebrew Academy yet, did you?
Of course I did.
You sure?
What year were you?
2023?
22, the best year out of one.
2022. All right, what's that?
Icy blue.
What's that, Grace? What's that? Quadayam Bata Nawa, verse 3. Hawa Kak Badaba La'a Yasa Kawan Wamalyam La'a Yawa Yal Bum, verse 4. Arthur Thapar Yaraha Watha Garai Shayaka Lapanya Al, verse 5. Salakia Allah, verse 5. Kaya Allah I Wanak Iwanaka Payak Watha Bakar Lashawan, right? Lashawan Quadash. Lashawan means tongue. Quadash would be holy. When we say holy tongue, Lashawan means tongue. Verse 5, end of the verse. I Rawa Mayam, verse 6. Verse 6 is the last verse?
Come on.
Okay. Yara Shayaika Payak Wala'a Anya Washa Pafyaka Ya'ai Nawa Bak.
Slunky, sir, if I may. What does Kaya mean in Hebrew?
Where we at? What verse?
It was in verse, beginning of verse 5, sir. Kaya.
Kaya, that would be 4.
4?
4. All right.
Verse.
Okay.
So, verse 15.
Chapter 15 and 1.
It's the book of Job, chapter 15, verse 1. Then answered Eliphaz.
Oh, 22, 14 and 22.
Oh, Carol Concert. The book of Job, chapter 14, verse 22. But his flesh upon him shall have pain, and his soul within him shall mourn.
Is this the fourth set?
Slug.
This is the,
Chapter 15.
fourth set.
Then answer Eliphaz,
So we going into the fifth, right?
the Temanite, and said, verse 2, should a wise man utter vain knowledge and fill his belly with the east wind? Verse 3, should he reason with the unprofitable talk, or with speech wherewith he can do no good? Verse 4, yea, thou castest off fear and restrainest prayer before God. Verse 5, for thy mouth uttered thine iniquity, and thou choosest the tongue of the crafty. Verse 6, thy own mouth condemned thee, and not I. Yea, thy own lips testify against thee. Verse 7, art thou the first man that was born?
That's
If I may, sir. The last end of chapter 4 is basically, I'm slacking chapter 14, slacking, sir. Job was basically saying how death seems more comfortable than what the Lord's putting him through. Is that what he's trying to say? From like,
give me the verse.
Like when it says Slakia, where Slakia, sir. Where it says, like, for instance, verse 21. It says, his sons come to honor him, and he knoweth not.
Verse what, 21?
Verse 21, chapter 14. Where it says, his sons come to honor him, and he knoweth not. And they are brought low, but he perceiveth it not of them. Because I believe, if I may, sir, he wants to die. Like Job, he'd rather die than go through the trials and tribulations Satan is putting him through. Is he saying that death is better than all this?
Go to verse 17.
Come.
Verse 16.
Verse 16. For now the numbers. For now thou numbers my steps. Do thou not watch over my sin? Verse 17. My transgressions are sealed up in a bag, and thou sewest up my iniquity. Verse 18. And surely the mountains falling, coming to none, and the rocks is removed out of his place. Verse 19. The waters were the stones. Thou washest away the things which grow out of the dust of the earth, and thou destroyest the hope of man.
What is he saying here about the Most High?
That the Most High is responsible for all, but he can build you up and crush you.
All right.
So everything is in him.
Go to the verse that you asked the question.
Okay. Verse 21. And his sons come to honor.
Read verse 20.
Verse 20. Thou prevailest forever against him.
Remember verse 19, right? And thou destroyeth the hope of man. Now read verse 21.
Come. Verse 21. And his sons come to honor, and he knoweth it not. And they are brought low, but he perceiveth not of them.
Now read 22.
Verse 22. But his flesh upon him shall have pain, and his soul within him shall mourn.
Basically, what Job is saying is that man is nothing, right? Man is nothing. No matter what level you think you are as a man, you can be brought low. Your own people who thought that you was Jay-Z and Kanye West, they don't even know. They don't even know, like, damn, what happened to Kanye? What happened to Job?
It's lucky.
Wasn't he, all the way. This is why from the beginning of the of the chapter, he said, man that is born of a woman, he's of a few days and full of trouble. All right, so this is the context of this. All right, man, we are nothing. All right, we are as a shadow to the Most High. All right, let's jump. We gotta move. We in what, 15?
Verse 15. I think we stopped.
He's studying in the Hebrew, right?
Come.
So 15 and
I believe 7.
Shalom, church. Job 15. We're starting at 7, right? Shalom. All right, let's jump to this. Job 15 and 7. Hara'ah Yash 1. Adam. Tha Walak. Walapanya. Gaba'ai Wath. Kawa Lalaf. Verse 8. Haba Sawad. Alawa. Tashamai. Wata Garai. Alayak. Salakia. Alyaka. Kaka Ma'a. Verse 9. Maha. Yada'aith. Wala'a. Nada'ai. Tabayan. Wala'a. I Manwa. Hawa. Verse 10. Gum. Shab. Gum. Yash. Banwa. Kabayar. Ma'abayak. Yum. Verse 11. Hama'ait. Mamak. Tana. Kamawath. Al. It's like Allah. Wadabar. La'at. I.M.A.K. Verse 12. Maha. Yakwa. Kak. Labak. Labka. So like your Labka. Wama. Yara. Zamawan. Ayanyaka. Verse 13. Kaya. Ta Shayab. Al. Allah. So like it. Rock. Wa ha tazaaf. Mapanyaka. Malayan. Read in the English.
Kawakan. The book of
and continue in the English after verse 13.
Kawakan. The book of Job, chapter 15, verse 7. Verse 8. Hast thou heard the secret of God? And dost thou restrain wisdom to thyself? Verse 9. What knowest thou that we know not? What understanding thou which is in us? Verse 10. With us are both the gray head and very aged men, much older than thy father. Verse 11. Are thou consolations of God small with thee? Is there any secret thing with thee? Verse 12. Why do thine heart carry thee away? And what do thy eyes wink at? Verse 13. That thou turnest thy spirit against God, and leadest such words go out of thy mouth. Verse 14. What is man, that he should be clean, and he which is born of a woman, that he should be righteous?
That was the last verse, right? 14 was the last verse? 13 was the last verse.
13 was the last.
All right, so this is the next set. You could continue in the English, but this is basically how Job's friend responded to him. What was his name? Eliphaz. All right, this is basically his response. Remember, they are going back and forth. They are reasoning together. And, Eliphaz, he's giving his perception of why Job is going through what he's going through. And Job is responding like you can't. It's like they were making him as he was an evil man, and that's why he was going through what he was going through.
Slocky, if I may, sir. Okay. Also, with this part of the book of Job, you can see again. I remember you mentioned the last couple of Sabbath services before, who really is your friend? You know what I'm saying, sir? Right. Like I said last time, they didn't offer this man no water, no drink, or nothing.
Right. They didn't have the wisdom. This is why he told them, your counsel is vain to me. They came and condemning the brother as opposed to really counseling him, and what they were saying to him was vain. Continuing the English, and was that 15?
Come. Verse 15. Behold, he putteth not trust in his saints. Yea, the heavens are not clean in his sight. Verse 16. How much more abominable and filthy is man, which drinketh iniquity like water. Verse 17. I will show thee, hear me, and that which I have seen I will declare.
This is the sixth set, right? So you can continue.
Come. Verse 18. Which wise men have told from their fathers and have not hid it. Verse 19. Unto whom alone the earth was given, and no stranger passed among thee. Verse 20. The wicked man traveled with pain in his days, and the numbers of years is hidden to the oppressor.
Read 21 to 27. All right. Last set. No. Read in the English.
Come. Verse 21. A dreadful sound is in his ears. Prosperity. And prosperity, the destroyer shall come unto him. Verse 22. Upon him. He believeth not that he shall return out of darkness, and he is awaited for the sword. Verse 23. He wandereth abroad for bread, saying, where is it? He knoweth that the day of darkness is already at his hand. Verse 24. Trouble and anguish shall make him afraid. They shall prevail against him as a king ready to the battle. Verse 25. For he stretches out his hand against God. He strengthened himself against the Almighty. Verse 26. Runneth up upon him, even on his neck, upon the thick bosses of his bucklers. Verse 27. Because he covered his face with his fatness, and marketh collops of fat on his flanks. Verse 28.
No, that was the last verse.
Last verse, sir? Come.
That imagine. Alright. Oh, Baba Kashaw. Alright, next week we're gonna pick it up from where we left off at
15 27, sir.
27. Next week we're gonna pick it up at Job chapter 15 and 28. Alright. And make sure during the Sabbath service you have your Hebrew sword so you can read along. Sabbath service is really it's really for you to show off what you learn during the week. All right, remember every Friday we have the Hebrew class with Officer 5000 Hazahab. Right, so Sabbath service is the time you come to show off, like you see. I'd say Yashawan was showing off the Hebrew, just now. So you come to show really what you learned during the week, specifically during the Friday Hebrew class. Like that, Shabbat, which means horn. Dayan. So,
La Yashra'Allah, which means to Israel.
Christ. The Hebrew. Now, Israel. We could give the Hebrew try. Okay. Men of Israel, imagine, men and women of Israel, saw upon your walk with them, which means turn and face the east. You're going to do the prayers in the Hebrew. The Lord's Prayer.
Kawakan. The Lord's Prayer in the Hebrew. Habanawa.
Abanawa.
Shabbat Mayam.
Shabbat Shemayim.
Kwadash.
Quadash.
Hayah.
Hayah.
Shamka.
Shamka.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Malak Waka.
Malak Waka.
The Baha.
Taba'ah.
Rat Tazaka.
Ratazaka.
Hayah.
Hayah.
Aisha.
Aisha.
Baharataza.
Ba'arataza.
Kawak.
Kawak.
Hayah.
Hayah.
Bashamayam.
Bashamayim.
Nathan.
Nathan.
Lanawa.
Lanawa.
Lakam.
Lakam.
Ka.
Ka.
Yawam.
Yawam.
Washal. Wasa. Lakwanawa.
Wasalak Lanawa.
Wasalak Lanawa.
Kawak. Kabawak Lanawa.
Kawak Lanawa.
Kasalak Lanawa.
Kasalak Lanawa.
Kabawak Yanawa.
Kawak Lanawa.
Ya. Walaya.
Walaya.
Dabanaya awa.
Tabayaya Nawa.
Banashai Nashai Yawa.
Banashaya.
Abal.
Abal.
Hawashai Nawa.
Habashaya Nawa.
Mayan.
Mayan.
Rai.
Rai.
Kaya.
Kaya.
Laka.
Laka.
Habalak Wa.
Amalakwa.
Hawakwa.
Waha Yawa. Wa'ala.
Wa'ala.
Wahatapa Hara.
Wa'atapara.
Lawamyam.
La'awalamyam.
Aman.
Aman. In the English. Our Father.
Our Father.
Which art in heaven.
Which art in heaven.
Hallowed be thy name.
Hallowed be thy name.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Thy kingdom come.
Thy kingdom come.
Thy will be done.
Thy will be done.
On earth. As it is in heaven.
As it is in heaven.
Give us this day.
Give us this day.
Our daily bread.
Our daily bread.
Forgive us our debts.
Forgive us our debts.
As we forgive our debtors.
As we forgive our debtors.
Lead us not into temptation.
Lead us not into temptation.
But deliver us from evil.
But deliver us from evil.
For thine is the kingdom.
Thine is the kingdom.
And the power.
And the power.
And the glory.
And the glory.
Forever.
Forever.
So be it.
So be it.
I.S.U.P.K curses. Blessed are you, Yahweh.
Blessed are you, Yahweh.
King of heaven and earth.
King of heaven and earth.
In all things living.
In all things living.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
In the name of Yahweh Shai.
In the name of Yahweh Shai.
Listen to us now.
Listen to us now.
Right now.
Right now.
Send evils and curses.
Send evils and curses.
And punishment and destruction.
And punishment and
To
destruction.
the heathens.
To the heathens.
That speak against us.
That speak against
The
us.
prophets.
The prophets.
The teachers.
The teachers.
The princes.
The princes.
The priests.
The priests.
The Israelite brothers.
The Israelite brothers.
And the schools.
And the schools.
And evils and curses.
And evils and
And
curses.
punishment and destruction.
And punishment and
To the
destruction.
heathens.
To the heathens.
And shake loose.
Shake loose.
The treasure of the rich of Israel.
The treasure of the rich of Israel.
That refuse to give to the school.
That refuse to give to the
Force
school.
their riches.
Force their riches.
Enter into thy sanctuary.
Sanctuary.
Evils and curses.
And evils and
And
curses.
punishment and destruction.
And punishment and destruction.
To the Edomites.
To the Edomites.
And the nations.
And the nations.
And their drug dealers.
And their drug dealers.
The court system.
The court
The
system.
prison system.
The prison system.
Planned Parenthood.
Planned Parenthood.
All the governments of our enemies.
All the governments of our enemies.
Everlasting synagogues and armies.
Everlasting synagogues and
Roman
armies.
Catholic Church.
Roman Catholic
The
Church.
Pope.
The Pope.
Islam.
Islam.
Christianity.
Christianity.
Egyptology.
Egyptology.
Militia.
Militia.
Ku Klux Klan.
Ku Klux Klan.
Aryan Nation.
Aryan Nation.
Skinheads.
Skinheads.
Nazi Kamikaze.
Nazi
The
Kamikaze.
gay movement.
The gay
The
movement.
lesbian
The
movement.
lesbian movement.
Spies.
Spies.
Workers of witchcraft.
Workers of witchcraft.
National space program.
That's our space program.
Army.
Army.
Navy.
Navy.
Air Force.
Air Force.
Marines.
Marines.
Wall Street.
Wall Street.
Open up the internet.
Open up the internet.
And the airwaves.
And the airwaves.
The cable access channel.
The cable access
And
channel.
the radio channel.
And the radio channel.
Convict the spirit.
Convict the
Of
spirit
any of thy people.
of any of our people
That seek to stop us.
that seek to stop
And
us.
bring swift
And
destruction.
bring swift destruction
To all the heathens.
to all the heathens
That stand in the way.
that stand in the way,
And try to stop us.
trying to stop
From
us
broadcasting your
from
word.
broadcasting your
throughout the planet Earth.
throughout the planet Earth.
Let's loose all the planes.
Let loose all the planes.
To go to and fro.
Go to and
To
fro.
the earth.
To the earth.
And consume them.
And consume
Let
them.
the planes.
Let the planes.
Shake the house of the thief.
Shake the house of the thief.
And the murderer.
And the murderer.
Let Yahweh shine.
Let Yahweh shine.
Michael and Gabriel.
Michael and Gabriel.
Down with the flying saucers.
Come down with the flying
Punish
saucers.
all the heathen
Punish all the heathen
that come up against us.
that come up against
As
us
we speak that word.
as we speak that word.
Cause it to be known by all.
Cause it to be known by all.
And it is the angels that have done it.
It is the angels that have done it.
Cause it to be spread to the media.
Cause it to be spread to the media.
Throughout the whole world.
Throughout the whole world.
To shake at thy coming.
Shake at that
In
coming.
the name of Yahweh.
And then Yahweh.
Thank you always.
Thank you always.
So be it.
So be it.
So which is done. Sister Shabia. Let a visual. I'm going to give one courtesy salute. Let a visual. Imagine Shabbat. Imagine Barak.
Yahweh Shem Yahshua Rakadam.
That's my top. So to the sister Imagine. Imagine. Let a visual. One courtesy salute to the sister. Let a visual. Imagine Shabbat. Sister Imagine. Barak. Salakia. Start over. Imagine Shabbat. Imagine Barak. Yahweh Shemar Hashem Yahshua. Yashmata. Clap it up. The sister is smiling.
Because I have a whole bunch of brothers,
Huh?
blood brothers, and I give them a shot and happy.
Together, shy happy.